I didn't give you any time. Hi, everybody. Hold on, let me go back to this thing so you guys can see me. Hi,
Thank you.
everybody. Welcome. Holy shit. It's been a minute and a half. And we are back. And this time, Chris.
It's fucking personal.
There we
All
go.
right.
There we go.
Really personal.
Welcome, everybody, to Vampire the Masquerade Philadelphia by Night. This John has everything: trash, pigeons, chase Ironblood, pigeons. We're really happy you're here. There are, as we can see, there's one not new, but very different face. What are you doing all the way over here from your coterie, Antoine?
There's only one way to find out.
Oh shit. It's gonna get spicy. This is definitely an 18 plus stream, by the way, just letting you know. It is Vampire the Masquerade. There's violence. There's kissing, probably. Violent kissing. Who knows? And we
Gnashing
are,
of teeth.
yeah, we are here. We are queer. We are ready to mark Mir. And I have a wonderful table full of players who are doing amazing things in the space. So the first thing I want to do is shout out Kori, who you might you might realize that the intro music is different. That is because it is from Kori's band, sung by Kori herself, Chainsaw Lassie, with their song Vampire. Their EP is out.
Yeah.
You can find it on Spotify, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your music.
Kori, love you.
The best band in the world. And without further ado, I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves, and we will start with Kori. Kori, hello, welcome back. It's so nice to see you. Who are you playing? Where are you? What are you doing these days?
Hello. So my name's Kori, and I'm going to be playing Rosalind, essentially a Southern belle, just a really flirtatious Southern belle. So I do like all different kinds of things creative, and you can find my personal stuff at Lane Saw Chassis, and then you can find Chainsaw Lassie with Chainsaw Lassie. See what I did there? I just swapped them around.
We love it. It's so easy.
Easy.
Amazing. And I'm gonna go up to the next floor up. And Chris, who are you? What are you doing? Where can we find you?
I'm not doing a ton right now. I'm going to be featured in some stuff with TTN. We're working with Chronicles of Krieth, as well as Robbie down there. Other than that, I'm here. You can catch me at 10 to My Flames everywhere, or Vendorsa1 on Twitch. I'll eventually start streaming soon. We'll see.
Hell yeah. Cannot wait for that. And we're gonna move on down to Yuri, our beautiful, beautiful Ravnos. What are you doing? Who are you playing? Where can we find you?
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be back. Like she said, my name is Yuri. You can find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. This week is the first week of my October Halloween shenanigans, so it's packed as hell. On Monday, I'm going to be at a part 2 of Babes in the Woods miniseries over at Girls Run These Worlds. Tuesday is a masks game over at Kate the Great Cosplays channels. Don't Kill My Character RPGs for Hispanic Heritage Month as well. Wednesday, I'm going to be over at Hampod for a Vampire the Masquerade one-shot where Golden Girls are vampires, and I'm going to be playing Rose, so that's going to be fun. Friday, another VtM one shot, this time over at Tabletop Tail Spinners. And yeah, that's my first Halloween week. Super packed. I'm super excited. Super happy to be here. Hi, Mr. Everybody. I'm going to be playing Gabriella Cisneros, a Siren Ravnos who don't give no shits.
Oh, we love her. And yeah, everybody needs a mean girl in their party. And we have that in spades today. speaking of tabletop tail spinners, Emma. Hi, Emma. Hello.
Hello, friends. Erin just said, hi, my name is Emma. I am the founder and creative director of the Tabletop Tail Spinners Network, a TTRPG podcast network whose mission is diversity without tokenism and featuring the players and primarily GMs that you don't always see featured in the TTRPG space. I have a lot of projects that I'm in, mainly as the producer and GM of such, but sometimes as a player. But I'll talk about all of those things at the end. But you can find us at Tabletop Tail Spinners, all one word in lowercase, on most socials. And that's where you'll be able to find all the crazy things we're doing, like our Halloween-a-thon this month, which we haven't entirely released the schedule of yet due to the fact that our live stream producer is in South Carolina. And so some of the tech issues that come with dealing with hurricane shenanigans have been real. So some of those streams have moved to pre-recorded events. But yes, we will be letting everyone know when they can view those later. But for now, I'm going to pass it off to our last person who hasn't gone yet, and my ADHD is making me forget who it was
There's
that hasn't
two.
gone yet. Oh, there's two people.
Yeah, so we're
Then
gonna go to Robbie.
Both Robbie and I are like,
Who is it? You gotta fight.
I'm like, who's being forgotten? It was you, because I'm Chase, who Josette is. We're figuring stuff out, but she's my mom. There's
Ma'am?
vampire words for it.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird. That's a good way to put it.
Sire is the technical term, but mom
Sire.
works too.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to try to keep it short this time. The only thing that I'd like you to check out, if you're going to check out anything from me, is the podcast that I just started at Cloaks and Capes. Aaron here was actually our first guest on the premiere episode. So we are on all the podcast platforms and YouTube. So just go look up the Cloaks and Capes podcast. And now we're set. We're good to go. We can start now.
Yeah.
yeah, we're good to go.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, on your turn.
Hello, everybody. My name is An, also known as Onduin, and I am the director over at Roll D5. That's ROLE_D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. So that means every week is a completely new game, new system. I do quickly want to shout out our next game that is coming up on the 9th. Our channel is celebrating the Filipino American History Month with special guest GM Ross from Blades of Mayari podcast. So that is going to be a really wonderful stream because it is going to be a charity event.
Hell.
So please make
yeah.
sure to go and check that out.
And last but
And
not
I'm
least,
playing Lilith.
exactly. Lilith is in our other Anarch group, and Lilith is a Tremere, and I will catch you all up about Lilith when we do a recap. I am
Thanks, I'll
Erin.
need it.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's going to need it, including me. I am erinmylaundry. I'm a cozy horror streamer here on Twitch, and I am your storyteller. And I think this is the first time since the awards thing that I could say that this is now a Crit Award winning show with both people who have been nominated and people that have won, including Candace the Magnificent, who has won for Best Costume, and they also won for another thing, and I can't remember. But they got 2 awards, and nominated Roll D5 for Best Channel
Upcoming.
upcoming under 2-year-old podcast, and Juicy Garland was nominated for an award, and I forget what she was nominated.
She was nominated for Best Indie Player.
Yes, and Justin over in the first coterie was nominated for Best Player in Chaosium or Storyteller in Chaosium.
Best Storyteller.
Storyteller in Chaosium. And I won the Best Storyteller in Paradox. And
What was that? Hold on, I missed that one.
Yeah, don't just skip over that. That's your award, damn it.
And I got the award for Best Storyteller for Paradox, and it's really, really cool, and I love it so much. I never win anything except for the second grade spelling bee, so thank you very much.
And all of our hearts.
Yeah, so there is like amazing talent here. Please hire every single person here at your tables. They are wonderful, and they deserve to be not only paid for their labor, which unfortunately all of us are poor, so none of us can do that. But they deserve the hype. They deserve the attention, the networking, all of the stuff. So please hire them. Also, this show is continued to, which was confirmed to be sponsored by Jody's Dice Farm. Jody's Dice Farm is over in jolly old England, and she's wonderful, and she makes these incredible, not the dice tray, that's mine, but these incredible dice that are like the cold side of your pillow. I can't explain it. They are, for if you have sensory issues, these don't give you any problems. They're amazing. So if you go and you type in Philly by Night to the checkout, you will receive, I think it's 15%. I can't see without my glasses. It's 10 or 15%. And Jody's wonderful, and everybody should support her anyways.
I have the dice, and they are super, super cool, and I love them.
Yeah, I love them. They're literally cool, which I really
They
love.
have yet to betray me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love them so much. Mine are definitely going to betray you. What? So now, are you guys ready to tell a vampire story?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to end somebody's.
Oh, shit, dude. Okay.
Saucy.
I'm going to give everybody...
Just want you to know, if Chase dies, whoever I bring in next is going to be so much worse.
That's not a threat, though, because Chase is wonderful.
No.
But that's cute that you tried. So I'm going to give everybody kind of a recap, but especially of the last episode. But since it's been a bit, we're going to call it summer vacation. We're going to all get caught up together. Philadelphia by Night, just a brief layout of the city, is run by the prince over in West Philly, Marcus Thorne, who is a toreador and dramatic, but makes it count. And the Baron of Center and South is Baron Victoria Toussaint, and she is a little bit paranoid and is now on an arc where she thinks everybody's out to get her. There are 3 coteries. There are 2 anarchs that we are following, one of which includes Lilith, the Tremere, and who will be appearing in this game. And the other one is this coterie. Coincidentally, this is also the coterie that gets along the best, so maybe Lilith can learn a thing or two about camaraderie and playing nice. We also have a Camarilla coterie that we follow, who kind of leads the charge out in West as well. Although everybody has experienced what has been seen over and over again as an explosion that sort of brought everybody together towards the main plot, as it will. Where we found ourselves the last episode. The party started off in Old Kensington, which is Josette's neck of the woods, in her historic brownstone. The explosion down in South Philly, underneath the Walt Whitman Bridge, was so loud and impactful that it shattered the windows of Josette's home. To which Chase was determined to replace them via Temu. But you cannot replace historic windows via Temu. I don't know why.
I mean, you might get in trouble for it, but you could. You could. You shouldn't, but you could.
Josette's not gonna do that. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay. So the Baron called everybody to National Mechanics, which is a bar in right off of Market and 3rd, where she is absolutely convinced that everybody is out to get her and that somebody is trying to frame her as the person in charge of this supposed terrorist attack. She also found out that a certain notable character was in the city, and nobody except for Artem knew who this person, how important this person was. Miguel had joined the coterie and kept his history to himself, just saying that he was from New York. But he turns out he was the Prince of the Bronx, one of the 5 boroughs. Oh God, I'm going to be so embarrassed if there's more than 5, but I'm pretty sure there's 5 boroughs of New York City.
5.
Thanks. I'm from New Jersey. I can say whatever I want about it. And she got real pissed that y'all were including Miguel in the coterie without saying hello. She, however, also got to meet Gabriella and took a little bit of a liking for the scrappy little Ravnos, as she I was going to say gently, that's not the right word, flirtatiously called her. And we also had a moment where Chase asked the Baron if Santa was real.
How important is that to be in the recap?
It's important
Very.
enough. It's important enough for me to write it down. It's important for me enough for me to create the title of today's stream as Ask the Baron if Santa is real. And it's important enough for the Baron to remember it. So Josette was especially blindsided by not just Miguel being the Prince of the Bronx, as they had a long and what she thought was trustworthy relationship over all these years, but that Artem may have known about it. Baron wanted everybody to find out who was responsible for the explosion. She also wanted Josette to look into Lilith and to kind of follow the chantry, talk to everybody, but because Josette has a working history, she might be able to keep an eye on things over there. So the party was split. We had Gabriella, Miguel, and Artem going to the bridge to investigate the explosion, and Josette, Chase, and Rosalind going to the chantry, where we find ourselves the day after Jean-Pierre's abduction from the chantry. There's a little bit more security protocol. Silas was there debriefing Josette, and in the meantime, Miguel was on the roof watching Gabriella and Artem speak to Paula and Olivia, the guru of New Jersey, about this explosion. What the other two don't know is that Miguel had seen a convoy of nondescript box trucks leave the Navy Yard. And as he had made a note of that, he received a visit. I am going to share my screen in Discord so you can hear this audio. Don't look at the screen though, you don't need to. This is so that you all can hear it, but the audience should also be able to hear it. So, one moment. Is it echoing at all?
Nope, not yet.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Also, we're all
We
frozen.
have to not talk or it will
so-
echo.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
That's not gonna work. Let me try something different. I'm going to play it on the stream so you guys can listen on the stream. And that's how you're gonna listen. So I should have done that much more professionally, but whatever. Okay. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Artem. While I was out making my rounds, I ran into another prince. Now, what would another prince be doing in my city? without my knowledge. When I asked him, he let me know that he's been running around with your coterie for the past few nights, and I let him know that it'd probably be best if he returned to the Bronx and not to return here without my express permission. And I just wanted to pass along the message that you and your coterie will no longer be availing yourselves of his services. I hope you all enjoy your evening, and do not make the same mistake again.
You, Artem, will receive that in a voicemail while you're on the bridge. The rest of the party doesn't know. Gabriella doesn't even know. But your assistants on the other side, on top of a roof in Philadelphia, is no longer available to you. And you are, although amicable with the Guru, you are on their turf. And do you check your voicemail like when it comes through? Like you get a notification?
Probably not.
So you are Paula, you are standing between Paula and Olivia, who are explaining that they are always blamed for what's going on. Every time that something happens, and the kindred try to shirk responsibility onto the Guru. The Guru are always saying we mind our own business, and there's always some kind of tension rising. It looks to you, Artem, and you have a little bit of a history with Paula, at least, that she looks nervous, that violence has been amping up recently.
Okay.
And before we go back to the chantry to see what the other three are doing, we're going to stay on the bridge for a little bit. Olivia looks over at Gabriella, kind of sniffs the air. Do you have a new friend, Artem? We haven't seen this one before.
Yes, this is Gabriella.
Hello. Es un placer.
You seem... Oh, I forgot you were in Unseen Passage. Do you come out of that?
I think I did at the end. I don't remember
I think you did too, because Artem was talking. Yeah. Okay.
I think when he started talking, like, I kind of, like, apparated behind him, like, next to him.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so, yeah, she kind of, like, steps forward. Olivia, just to remind people, she is very, very tall, very broad shoulders, has a military jacket. She's black. She's got gold eyes and, like, beautiful... big dreads or locks in her hair, and she's wearing dark clothes with her in like a red bandana around her neck. She has her hands kind of stuffed in her pockets at this point, as she sort of eased up when she was talking to Artem, and she kind of like tilts her chin to Gabriella. You seem like nervous or shifty. Are you... What's your deal?
Nervous? Not at all. I am just... I was promised explosions and fire, and this is a little... no offense. Not what I expected.
Listen, lady, we didn't do this. So your disappointment kind of falls on deaf ears, but I am curious as to why you're so eager for problems. We, as she gestures to Artem, we've been trying to make things work the past couple dozens of years.
It is not Do not take it personally. It is just a Ravnos thing. They like excitement, big events.
Here you go. Not problems, excitement.
Like those fucking, what are they called? Trocaderos, the Toriadoros. Like those drama queens, you know. They like the big dramatic shit too.
A little different, but sure.
Fucking kindred are all the same, honestly. All problems is what you are. You could
Hey.
tell that there's like a lot of aggression, and it feels justified. Like Artem, although it's unnecessary, you're picking up on you trust Paula, and you're picking up on this is like the straw that's gonna break the Guru's back, and that there might be an all-out like turf war if the explosion does get pinned on the Guru.
We will do what we can. You help me find who is responsible. We will figure this out. Don't worry.
All right, well, I got our guys out lining up Gloucester City, Camden, Palmyra, fucking all the way up to Trenton. Well, right against Trenton, because, you know, we can't go any further. This fucking Sabat. But we'll keep an eye out. I'm not risking any of our guys, though. If there's any sense of danger, I'm pulling them back, and I'll just tell you where to pick them up.
It's how I prefer it to be. Good.
Fine. As far as I'm concerned, you're on the Jersey side, baby.
And then Artem, I feel like it's casually known that he's just gonna turn and start walking away. Like, we got what we need here. Okay. And at that point, he will pull out his phone and listen to the voicemail as he's walking.
Yeah, so she would have, when Artem starts walking away, she would just go, "Oh, well, it was nice to meet you," and just walk after him.
Ugh, let's go. And they sort of go and talk amongst themselves. There are now obviously swaths of cops coming from either side of this bridge. A couple of the Guru are actually doing a little bit extra to kind of like keep them off your trail, so that you guys can get back to where you need to be. And they're kind of pulling people aside and saying like, hey, we saw it all. Here's our videos, footage, and stuff like that. You remember, Artem, during this last episode, or the same conversation, Paula pointed to the Navy Yard and said that there was a blue crane that was putting the cargo on the boat before it left the yard. As far as you're concerned, that's all you have besides that very vague bill of lading that Chase had provided everybody.
I am gonna start walking towards that naval yard. And I guess as he hears the voice, he hangs up the phone. He's just like, "Fuck." Just put the phone in his pocket.
Did you? I'm assuming like Artem's a very careful person. You wouldn't have listened to it on speaker.
No. You
Didn't
can
say
ask him about
anything?
it. It doesn't matter. Like, he
I
just
know,
said,
but it's
"Fuck."
kind of like, yeah, like she's not gonna pry.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't ask.
And so he says, "Fuck. The prince knows my number."
Isn't that a good thing?
I've never even met that guy, so I don't know.
Well, it means that you are somebody then. I take it as a good thing. Anything interesting?
Yes. Miguel will not be joining us anymore.
What a shame. I was taking a liking to the man. They'll leave though.
He'll
They
be in
understand.
touch. Well, with me, anyways.
She just rolls her eyes and keeps walking.
He did not say that with any kind of intention behind it. He just said it.
I
but-
know.
It feels like she took some intention.
Yeah.
I love that too, because Artem is very much like innocent in that. He wouldn't know what she would have picked up from that. Going back to the chantry. Josette, you were in the office with Silas, and I believe Chase and Rosalind were coming into the chantry.
Chase was following behind me, and then Rosalind hadn't come in yet.
Rosalind
But
was
she
called
was-
into the chantry. Chase was with you.
Mhm.
Yes. Lilith has Lilith, when you did not leave the chantry after I always want to say Aetherius, after Jean-Pierre was abducted. You stayed there, correct?
Yes.
What did you do from the time by the time you found out Jean-Pierre was abducted to now?
This was all relatively close to her garden, right? The nightclub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the nightclub is. Are you talking about the one that's attached to the chantry?
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
that is hers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this happened in the Franklin Institute. There's a center off to the side stairway that connects all of the floors. That goes all the way up the floors of the museum. This is where Simone was pushed off the balcony, and Jean-Pierre was taken. And this happened the day before, or the night before.
Would Lilith have seen him get pushed off?
You were not there, although you
Okay.
were the last person that spoke with him because you called him to say that you had something to tell him.
In that case, she would not have left. What she would have done is gone and grabbed a book from the library and went and sat at the bar in the garden, which is the name of her club, not an actual garden.
And at one point, you did speak with the other members of that Camarilla coterie. The information that you bring to the table, I will say for the audience, just to sort of tie in everybody together into this plot, your coterie was following their own mystery. There was a drug that had been used on some kindred. It was interesting because this sort of ailment kind of high looks like total dissociation to the point where disciplines do not work against the kindred. And if a discipline does not work against a kindred, that could be very chaotic and dangerous indeed. The thing that does pull them out of their dissociative state is touch. So when they are touched, they go into a break where they scream to the point and draw attention to the point where the only way to stop it is to physically stop it, which has meant so far killing this kindred. This is a very dangerous thing to have on the streets, and it seems like it's happening more often. And Lilith has a couple people in the chantry who are subjects of this drug. With that knowledge, I would think that Silas would have what am I doing? Would have I just went into an accent. Would have
You're welcome.
shut up. Would have called for you to speak with Josette and Chase and Rosalind. he would open the door to his office and let you in. Lilith.
She does not have any surprise on her face. However, when she goes inside, she is holding a book that would probably surprise Josette, as Lilith occasionally speaks with Josette as they cross paths in the library. It's a Shakespeare First folio that she has been looking for.
Oh. I see you've taken to reading Shakespeare.
It's a bit dry, but wanted to see exactly what something like this would cause interest for you, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
It's a lot easier to understand if you go to the theater and see it live. I'll have to see if any local theater companies are putting on any Shakespeare sometime
Seeing it
soon.
live is one thing, but maybe what if we see it dead?
I'll have to see if there's a kindred theater company around.
That would be wonderful. And she hands it over very delicately.
And Josette sort of takes the book and smiles at her.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, we're not here on book business.
No, definitely not. It's never fun business.
No.
Rosalind, you would have also come in at this time. So, Chase, you were about to discover that you are kind of the odd one out, as per usual, when it comes to this character. Rosalind, you walk into the office. You've been in Silas's office once or twice before. There was a vetting process when you were invited to the Chantry, as you are not a Tremere. And you have been invited to more than one salon party, which gives you a little bit more access to private information. So just to check to make sure you were a well-behaved kindred, Silas has met with you in the office before, and you see your familiar, friendly face of Lilith.
Real quick, would us as vampires be able to smell what kind of vampire each other are?
Yeah, you can. I don't know if every single kindred can do that, but if you can make it make sense, yeah, you can.
I mean, with Lilith's basically blood magic, she probably could.
Yeah, for sure. It's you can tell resonance, and you can, or kindred could tell resonance, and a lot of times clan.
Because I want to do like a real quick roleplay sentence, but I'll ask you first if it's possible. Could Lilith smell that Chase is Finblood?
Lilith can definitely smell that Chase is Josette's. And however you want to figure out if he's thin blood, I will let that happen.
Okay. She's gonna come up after speaking with Josette. She'll turn to this new one she hasn't really worked with before.
Can I get a quick? What's the layout of the room? Like we were sold like the Baron wanted us to go and like talk to interrogator, but we're not in like an interrogation room, right?
No. So Silas's office is Silas is, if I've described him as basically Idris Elba in a library. His office is all like mahogany, beautiful chestnut wood. It's very dark, very lush. He's got leather chairs, executive table, bookshelves lining the office, dark windows, old phone I went like this one with the Victorian looking ones that sit on the thing, on the thingy, the rotary phone. That's what it's called. And shut up. And that's where you're at. This is Silas's domain. You will not be in any position to interrogate a Tremere in here if you're not a Tremere, and he doesn't give a fuck about what the Baron says. You know, Chase, going into it, that you need to be very careful as the Tremere opportunists. So
Sure.
however you want to play that is up to you.
I think since walking in, he's just staying silent and letting Josette kind of lead.
Well, then, Lilith is almost approaching like the rounds of these people. Goes up behind Chase and kind of like takes a mimicked deep breath. And turns to Josette as her face is kind of close to the back of his neck. Is this a new one?
Well, define new one. I only have one child.
Oh. So you say. And she turns around and kind of like taps Chase's cheek as she turns around to this other one, Rosalind, who comes in. Starts walking up to meet her.
Can Chase grab your hand before you tap his cheek?
Yeah.
Okay. He just does that, then doesn't say anything, and let's go.
That's a bit weird, but okay. Takes the hand that you had grabbed and holds it out to Rosalind.
Oh. Rosalind accepts. You know, your smile looks a little dangerous tonight. I like dangerous.
Very observant. And she'll go to kiss your hand and lead you towards where everybody else is standing.
Well, I like that. She like mutters under her breath.
Lilith, we were hoping that you could tell us a bit about the events of the previous evening. Silas said something about them potentially being connected to the incident this evening.
You might have to be a little bit more specific.
The how do you say, abduction of another kindred here, being connected to the explosion over at the bridge.
Oh, those things. I don't really know much. Other than I spoke with Jean-Pierre, couldn't get a hold of him till later. They thought it was me. We determined it wasn't. Truthful. And then explosions happened. I mean, a little bit of things happened in between, but that's of no consequence currently.
I see. Then what were you doing?
Reading. And she gestures towards the book that she handed you.
Which play?
To be honest, hang on, let me look at it.
Julius Caesar is my favorite, but, well, Romeo and Juliet's a classic.
It's a classic, but I wish there was a little bit more murder.
Macbeth might be more up your alley then.
Everyone dies. It's a tragedy.
Well, exactly. There should have been more.
Josette, are you trying to trip her up with that, asking what play she's reading?
A little bit. She's trying to figure out...
You're tripping on up at the moment.
She's trying to figure out just how much Lilith is trying to lie her way out of this.
Roll. You're gonna roll for that. Roll.
Okay, perfect.
Wits plus insight. And
I roll persuasion.
Yes, you would roll. I'm gonna say. Are you trying to lie, or are you trying to?
We're gonna go off of how me on is feeling, and she's like half lying.
Yeah.
She did read a little bit.
So you're gonna do charisma and persuasion.
Hi,
Aetherius.
So that's 7 successes with 1 crit on the hunger dice.
Jesus.
And another success on the hunger dice after I re-rolled the crit.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, Erin. Insight is my
vampires.
top skill with 5 dots in it, and I have 4 dots in wits. This is my bread and butter.
Mine was charisma and persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah.
Okay. Boy, we're gonna. Remind me again which is a success.
6 to 10, and 2 10s is a crit. Where you would roll again.
I had just 7 successes.
I also had 7 successes. With 1 crit.
Okay.
I did not have any crits.
Okay.
I'm scared of what the hunger dice part of the crit is gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's interesting.
It's going to essentially cancel your intentions out to make it a neutral conversation, with the only difference being, Josette, you are going to describe a fear you have when it comes to chase.
Speaking of Chase, I have something to add to that because I just remember he said a sassy remark towards Lilith a second ago.
Yeah.
And I need to respond to that.
Yeah.
He suggested Macbeth.
Mm.
Okay. So I'll do it after Josette's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think one of her biggest fears with Chase is, especially after how chaotic his embrace and bringing him into the world of kindred, and the guilt that she's felt over it, and everything he's been dealing with. Her biggest fear is letting him down or failing him again.
Lilith,
Hmm.
as this conversation takes place, which you guys can continue, you notice the body language of Josette leaning in front of Chase a little bit in a very protective manner. You now have that fear recognized and in your noodle. So you, as the opportunist Tremere, have something on Josette when it comes to something she loves.
Okay. So when she kind of notices that, she'll look towards Chase after his Macbeth comment and this leaning towards, and she narrows her eyes a little bit. Silence is golden, however, duct tape is silver.
Oh, so you're not familiar with it then?
And she goes and blips you on the nose. As one of my teeth fall out.
So Silas is going to kind of go, well, as much as I love that my office has seen more use by my fellow kindred than I would ever want to see it be used again, dear God, please get out of my office, go to the garden, have a drink, figure out what's going on. The Baron and I have a lot of work to do. I have to fucking call the prince in 20 minutes ago. Do your jobs well, please. Call me if you need me.
Of course. Thank
the
you.
club
Baron.
is still technically shut down from the Baron, so it'll be just us and the bartender. Speaking of silent conversation.
Buffy?
And she will take the lead, walking out and turns to Silas and just winks and walks away.
We are going to go over to the others. You all are back on the Philly side. Where do you want to go?
We were going to the naval yard, or I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Yeah.
following Artem.
Yeah, I love this so much. It's just like, so if you don't know the layout of the city around the Walt Whitman Bridge, it's kind of like vast, and like there's like there's a waterfront street, like Front Street, and there's piers, and there's no foot traffic because there's not a lot of like sidewalks or anything like that that are in use. So it's just this big fucking Russian man and this cute little girl coming behind. Like, here we
Who
are.
really wants to see him fight?
Yeah.
I really want to see him punch something. Like,
I think you all walked there though. Do you want like just ease of access? Do you want Julie or your motorcycle?
Oh, I thought we saw it from the bridge. Okay.
Yeah, you did, but it's kind of
said
far.
we-
You can walk.
Yeah.
It'll just take you a bit.
if it's a distance away, I would have definitely asked Artem if he'd be down to ride backpack.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Yeah, that makes
It
me
would've- it
so
would've been
happy.
the
You don't
silliest
even
looking
know.
fucking-
I need, especially because it's the same helmet as before, which is that tiny one that barely covered Miguel's head, and now it's on Artem's head. Like this tiny little hat. But yeah, you can go down to the naval yard. The naval yard is a big. It hugs the bottom of the city. It is just cargo containers, ships that are kind of port or docked or off. There's a lot of like traffic security, like not actual cops, but like the mall cop kind of parking lot security details. You happen, as you're riding by, you pass by a caravan or a convoy of two nondescript box trucks that, if you look off in the distance even further towards the blue crane, you can see a couple more headed in the opposite direction.
Is that something that Artem would have taken note of?
It's pretty empty in terms of traffic at this time of night, so that there are four identical, from what you can see, four identical trucks coming out from the same direction but turning in opposite directions away from each other. It would have looked kind of weird.
Turn around, follow them.
Hello, who?
Those trucks. Turn around now.
Okay, hold on. And she fucking goes, but in a way where because of the way you sound and you said now, she's like, okay, and she turns really hard to where you literally have to hold on to her or you're gonna fall off the bike.
Okay.
What are you driving to follow without being seen? Or are you driving to catch up?
That's up to Gabriella.
He didn't say be stealthy, do it carefully. He said turn around now. And so she's driving to catch up.
Sweet. Roll.
I've already decided that Artem has decided that there's something definitely up with these trucks. So
yeah, for sure. Roll Dex
Okay.
plus drive, Gabriella.
Yeah, his tone, it made it sound like there's something going on, and she wants to be wherever that is.
Yeah.
I love her.
So Dex plus drive, which I do have the motorcycle specialty. So
So you'll add a dice to that.
yep. So 4 successes.
Fuck
So 4 out of
yeah.
4.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my guys because I want to see how well they drive. They Please be.
Yeah, you see as she does the turn and you kind of like, whoop, gotta grab. When she finishes turning, you see she like leans into the handlebars a little bit and just like, because this is what she wanted. And she just starts like speeding up.
How close do you get to the trucks?
That's gonna depend, I think, on Aaron's roll.
You
we're able to get.
you can get right up to a truck. It will be in a public place. By the time you catch up to it, you're going to be right next to a Dave & Buster's.
We're not doing any vampire shit. We're just chasing drugs. That's all right.
Yeah. So we catch up to a truck. Okay, she's gonna just try to like keep up, like next to it. I mean, right behind it. Just go. So what now?
The way that she leaned forward, Artem is going to take that as meaning that he's going to go over her and jump on the truck. So Artem is going to try to jump on the back of the truck.
What the fuck are you doing?
Dex plus athletics, my guy. Fucking.
Good thing that I have pretty good dex and athletics. No. Come on, do that. There we go.
I love this for us.
All right,
She starts cursing out loud. Like,
I got a crit and 2 successes.
Thought she
Okay.
wanted excitement. It's too exciting.
no, but
So
it's
three
like
total successes, but 1 crit.
just this huge man over her head.
Yeah.
Like a bear.
Yeah. So you are going to, I assume, are you jumping onto like, it's a box truck. So you're going to jump. You can make it if you would like to jump onto the back bumper and hold on. But you can also make it if you want to jump on top.
Yeah, I'm going to jump on top.
Okay. They hear that. You notice that the truck, as soon as you jump on top, unless if you have Cat's Grace. Do you have Cat's Grace?
No, I
Yeah,
definitely don't have that.
Yeah. You hear the people in the cab here on the top of the truck, and you see Gabriella a little bit of a swerve. And then you can see on the side mirror, there's somebody rolls down manually the window and like is looking out to see what that is. It is only a matter of time before they notice that you are chasing them.
Yeah, no, she will get out from behind and to the side so that instead of like looking up to where Artem is, they see her coming up to the side next to them, and she just says, she's just like, hello.
Wait. She just casually rides up and is like, hi.
Yeah, because he put his window down and he's trying to like look at you. She's distracting him, so you can do whatever the fuck you're trying to do
All
and
right.
catch them unawares.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Also, she is going to make sure, because are we still riding like by the
Dave & Buster's? By the water?
Yes. So she is getting on the opposite side. So the truck is between her and the sidewalk.
Yes, you can do that. Absolutely. A gun is produced very casually onto the lip of the window, the open window, and I will give you 3 seconds to tell me what you do before he shoots.
Let's see. Can I?
We'll wait till you ask the question, and then I'm going to count 3 seconds because I don't want to do it while you're trying to look up a rule.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to look up if I took it on my sheet.
Yeah, totally. This isn't to pressure you to make a choice. It's just to give you like something like instinctive.
So I didn't, but that's fine. So she just she smiles, like flashes a big smile at the man, and hits the brakes.
Okay. Roll. Dex plus drive again.
Gotcha.
You need 2 successes to dodge a bullet. However, if you don't dodge it, it will just clip you.
Yeah, that's 3 successes, one of them being a crit.
Okay. You manage to break as the shot is fired, and it hits a fire hydrant. And as you kind of pull back, the water explodes from the hydrant up and out behind you. Artem, you heard a gun go off and you saw the bike go back.
Okay. So whenever I landed on the roof, how exactly did you mean for me to land? Like I'm on the back?
Yeah.
Roof? Okay.
Yeah, like on top of the box
You're on
truck,
top.
just on the
Like on
box
the
part.
lip, I'm not fully on top, I'm hanging on to the back.
No, you're on it.
I think
You're on it.
you
Oh, okay.
landed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they were able to hear
Damn,
you.
that's a
'cause you
fucking
just
solid jump.
boom.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you did good.
Okay. It's like, with the fire coming from the right side, Artem is going to make his way up to that side of the box truck and reach in and grab the guy and pull him out.
Strength plus brawl.
Easy.
If you get 4 successes, you could throw him onto the road if you would like.
Yo, hold on. I got to re-roll 2 dice twice because I got double crits like 2 times. So I got 9 successes.
Okay, you can tell me exactly what you want to do to this human. I give you full reign.
Oh my god. It's just a human?
This is a human.
That poor fuck. Yeah. No, he is fully like Artem reaches in, grabs him by his arm, whatever's closest to him, and just rips him out of the vehicle. Probably rips the door off in the process as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just the guy goes flying out behind him. And in that same motion, Artem is going to get into the passenger side of the vehicle.
I love how we don't even actually know if they did anything.
Well, he shot at you, so that was his fault. That was his fucking bad.
This is
Right, guilty people don't do that.
This is great. I love that you all are Anarchs and not Camarilla, because although the Camarilla coterie tried to blow up a stadium, so I think the masquerade just means nothing in Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is just Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, this is literally a normal. It's what is it, like Saturday? It's fine.
And as Artem gets into the passenger seat, he's going to straighten his coat and say, "Put on the brakes." Like just fucking casually to the guy driving.
It's incredible. This guy is not a mortal. They are kindred. He is going to try to strong arm you back, like push you back.
Okay. How does he do that?
Probably poorly. I'm gonna roll. These guys are pretty much cronies, so
when she sees that Artem, she sees the guy just like, and and she sees that like Artem gets in, she just like, fuck yeah, and she drives back up to be at window level to the guy that's driving. She wants to see what's going on. So now he's in between both Artem and me.
fucking incredible. I love how our very own Prince is like, "The fuck you just say?" in chat.
Prince heard nothing. He's not here.
Prince hears nothing.
The guy got Team Rocket blasted. Okay, so I'm going to have you roll Strength plus Brawl or Dex plus Brawl because you are blocking something.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, I gotta take away 2 from my 9 dice.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
3 successes. Just regular successes.
All right. He's stronger than you expect. It does the back of his arm does pack a punch, although you are able to grab onto his arm and warn him again or do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, I don't repeat myself. So my intention is to fully pull this guy out the passenger side with me.
Okay. You can tell that these guys are at least tasked with protect this cargo with your life.
Mhm.
Interesting.
If you would like to pull him out of the passenger seat, I'm gonna have Gabriella make one more dex and drive roll to make sure that you two don't fall on her as she's driving.
So I'm next to the driver.
Oh, you're on the
if
other
he's gonna
side.
fall out the
Actually-
passenger seat. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Can I change my action since I
Yeah.
haven't rolled yet?
Yeah, dude.
And instead, I want to shove his head through the driver's side window and then put my leg over and stomp the brake.
Okay. Yeah, so you know what? He's strong-armed right now. You can do that. You can do that. The window shatters. Pieces of glass kind of fall, explode out towards you, Gabriella, and your very cinematically, your LED lights on your bike and your helmet sort of like it's like almost like a K-pop music video where it's like sparkles and like slow motion sparkles with the glass. And you are able to, as the truck slams, you're able to also slow down alongside it so that you aren't like speeding off. You will not kill this guy, but
I wasn't gonna try to.
yeah,
but
yeah, this won't.
not yet.
Yeah, but he does take some superficial damage from this, and he probably, I'm going to say the way his body's situated, you are breaking a bone.
Good. Just one? That's not a big deal.
When so Artem steps on the brakes and she slows down to like match the speed of the truck. When we stop, because his head essentially he got pushed into like the window, right? So he's technically now looking at Gabriella. And so when we stop, she leans on her, like on the handlebars of her bike and looks at him. He goes, "He's a very big man, you know. Gets very angry too. I suggest you listen." And she's gonna use her daunting presence.
Ooh. Daunting is a free action, and you don't need a rouse check, correct? No, you do not.
I do not know. You tell me.
You do not. He is going to... I was gonna have him spit on you, like spit at you, like to say like fuck you, bitch, but I'm gonna have it kind of drool out instead. And
Joke's on him. She would have liked that.
so he kind of goes like you could tell he's sort of like disoriented, and he kind of like goes to insult you. And what is your daunt? Daunt looks very intimidating and ferocious to a lot of the people who have utilized it so far. What does Gabriella's daunt? How does it manifest on your body?
It's more like because fear of things that are big and that are scary and look scary is a common thing, right? Obviously, you'd be
Mhm.
scared of something like that. But for her, it's almost like her eyes turn like black, and it's this very like cold kind of I don't know what this is and I do not want to find out type of fear.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's not big and she doesn't look dangerous normally. But that's why she kind of, you know,
Yeah.
it's more like a look than anything. For
It's
like a fuck around and find out and you're really not gonna like it.
yeah. It to me it gives a like there's a reason I don't fuck with like ghost kids and scary movies because those are the most unpredictable, like wily kind of creepy, crawly, ghouly things. So it to me it kind of like as you kind of approach him and he's got blood trickling down his bald head. There's like a slice where his like a jagged slice where he hit the window. Blood's going into his eye and into his mouth, and he looks at you kind of like breathing hard, and you kind of almost glide in, and your presence creates a one of like petrification. Just it's he freezes in place, and Artem, the kind of wound up, tense, cracking situation happening in his arm, her daunt is actually what caused the break in the bone because of how rigid his body got.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
Before we interrogate him any further, we're going to go back to the chantry.
As we're walking to this this club, Aaron, would I be able to take up my phone and open up an app and see how many other people have phones on them?
Yeah, tell me about this app.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that it's something that probably like piggybacks off of like Wi-Fi or like Bluetooth or whatever, and so like it can pick up the signals from like any other phones or electronics that anyone has on them.
Almost like a police scanner type thing.
Yeah, kind of more sophisticated though.
You're supposed to sass Lilith, not me.
I love it. Yeah, do intelligence and technology. You have computers as your specialty, right?
Phones specifically, yes.
Phones, yeah. So you can add a dice for that.
All right. So you said intelligence, right?
Mhm.
All right. So that is a total of 9, and 2 of those have to be bad dice.
Yep.
All right.
Chase is over here just putting fucking air tags on 200-plus-year-old vampires.
All right. What are the crit numbers? Because I'd use 2 regular D10s.
So 10s are crits, and
Okay.
2 10s is roll again.
All right. And an 8 is just a regular success?
Yep.
All right, so it looks like I got 3 successes and 2 crits.
Roll those crits again. Are the crits on blood die?
They're on the black ones.
Okay. Roll those again.
You get to roll 2 more. Yeah.
All right. 2 more successes.
Okay.
And specifically, I'm looking to see if Lilith has a phone on her.
Okay. The thing you notice is that there's not a whole lot of security when it comes to what's going on in the chantry. There are typical like firewalls and protocols. Fucking Norton somehow is on there.
I delete that off. Like,
McAfee
like
is like asking if you want a free trial.
they're worse off for having it, and while the idea of them putting up with that does make me smile, that is also like a fate no one should have to deal with. So I just get rid of that for me.
Somebody there is gonna thank you for that. So while there's like the standard, like somebody from the Geek Squad has been here to set everything up, it's almost like arrogant how open things are. It paints a very telling picture of the attitude of the Tremere, where it's like, come and get me if you want. Like, you could try.
If you dare.
Yeah, if you dare. On, do you have a phone? Or on? Lilith, do you have a phone on you? 2 phones.
Ooh.
Chase can tell you have 2 phones. You can tell what electronics are connected to the... Give me a word.
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi. You can try to dig a little deeper, but it's almost like this is a trap if I spend too much time in here.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to go too deep. I just want to know that she has it.
Mhm.
And that's all for now.
Okay. Lilith, you do not notice anything. So, Lilith, when you take them to the garden, remind everybody at home watching what it looks like and what the purpose is of the salon at the Chantry.
Yes, for those who had been here in previous episodes, it did go by another name, but she has recently rebranded, or how she likes to say it, she re-elevated the place. But it's meant to be a a neutral ground, somewhere for people of all different chantries and clans to come in and do whatever business needs to be done. And they make you sign something at the front of the door that if you break confidentiality of what you see or hear things here, the Tremere will kill you for it.
Yeah. You all...
I just missed whatever that was. I just heard something about kill you for it, and like that's what made me tune in.
The ADHD is strong tonight.
Yeah, you're
fucking meant
fucking...
as neutral ground, and if you break the NDA that you sign when you walk in,
Did we sign anything?
no, you haven't walked in yet.
Oh, gotcha. I see.
So if you break the confidentiality, that basically says if you break what or tell anybody what you saw or what you heard at the garden, the Tremere has the right basically to kill you over it, because it's meant to be a neutral ground for people to conduct business.
When you walk in, there is a little like podium off to the side that has little stacks of both paper copies because of people who are super, because you have both Camarilla and Anarch here. So people who are super protective of the masquerade will sign paper ones. And then there's a little iPad next to it with like a sign-in thing.
Yeah, we're still not sure the Camarilla can read, but we have them sign it anyway.
Holy shit, shots fired. Rosalind, you do not need to sign one. You have already been here. Josette, you are an employee. You also do not need to sign one. It is really looking like a power play between Lilith and Chase.
Chase will sign one of the paper ones.
So for anybody that does sign, especially the paper ones, is there a way that we can detect if that is actually their signature or not?
No, I'm gonna say paper is paper. Like, unless if it's like an X or they're writing like Butts McButts, I would say
Okay.
like
I kind of trust it then.
yeah.
Okay.
As
Some
he
sort of like deception.
as he comes back over, he's going to whisper something to Josette that I can tell the storyteller if she needs to know or if somebody wants to try and hear, but Josette already knows.
Mhm.
Oh.
I'm gonna send you a quick message.
Okay.
She looks at you and kind of nods gently, sort of. You see her sort of peek in the first folio for a moment and then close it again. And then sort of follow Lilith inside.
I'm going to read this.
That look, that little nodded smile you did, that was so good.
Yo.
You're like being so sneaky today.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna shoot my shot. How close are you? So because you turn to talk to Josette, you would just finish signing. Lilith is watching you all sign it, so I'm gonna try and overhear what you say to Josette.
Sure.
What do I need to roll for this?
What do I need to roll?
I'm gonna say,
It's too bad I'm not psychic.
I know, what a bummer.
what are your disciplines, Lilith? Did we? Do
Okay.
you remember? I forget because we had to redo.
Let me look with both my eyes. Disciplines and powers.
Oh wait.
Do you have like auspex or? I would say yeah. Do you have auspex? Like heightened senses?
I don't. I think I do have heightened senses,
Okay.
but I think I couldn't add it to this particular sheet. But
Which sense?
I had it originally.
Which sense
I think
do you
I
wanna...
had chosen. Oh, I can pick.
Yeah, you can pick which one.
Well, hearing, obviously,
Okay.
because I think I'd only done smelling in the past to smell for blood.
You can hear what Chase is whispering from that close.
Okay.
Hold on, I want to check something really quick because I might have something to counter that.
A signal jammer.
I sent you something too, Robbie.
Okay, I think. Yeah, I tried to use this a different way last time, and you said no to it. So
What
he
was
just
it?
says to. I was gonna see if I could use silence of death to like silence
Oh.
myself enough to where only Josette would hear.
Yeah, I think we weren't able to do it that particular
Yep.
way.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
problem.
just completely silences.
Then what you hear is him saying to or asking her to just stay close to you. So he literally just says, "Stay close to." He calls you Lily. Stay close to Lily.
And as I said, she nods, sort of flips open the first folio for a moment and then closes it.
Lilith has no reaction upon hearing anything.
Okay.
And then the only one that has left to sign is Rosalind.
She already did.
already
She's
did?
been... Rosalind is a trusted Toreador who has a lot more...
Okay. I'm gonna write that down. Then.
Yeah, you know her from before. Like, she's been to a lot of different events. She has more
Trusted.
weight, yeah, than Josette would know work-related things, especially when it comes to the library, the collection of books that the Tremere has been gathering for like hundreds of years. Rosalind has more social, knows more social things going on.
I feel like whenever they are signing everything, so Lilith was like right at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Rosalind is going to be on like kind of the opposite side, so like this, and then they're signing.
Yeah.
And Rosalind is going to just like kind of watch Lilith, and like whenever Lilith looks up, Rosalind is going to do this like kind of like a shrug, like the things we do, like kind of like a little like we gotta wait before we can do the things, like that kind of like vibe, like that look.
Mm-hmm.
Could I ask a quick thing? And since it's already over, if that's fine, it's all right.
Of course you can.
But I assume you have security cameras all over the place, right? When I was signing, I'd like to use Ghost in the Machine so I don't appear on the security cameras.
Okay. Do you have to do a rouse check for that? I think so.
Maybe. Let me look.
I don't have my cheat sheet because I'm a bad storyteller.
Don't talk about my friend like that.
Yeah. Don't talk about our friend like that.
Oh my
Yeah, don't fucking do it.
Ghost in the Machine. Cost says no additional cost.
Okay. Hold on.
Interesting.
Ghost in the Machine. It's a free action. Holy shit. Okay.
Do I have to be
I don't like
using
that.
Obfuscate already, maybe?
No, it's Obfuscate is the
Oh, yeah, no, it looks
discipline.
like all of them are.
Yeah.
Cool,
So
cool.
you would be, I don't have, if it costed anything or if there was a roll for it, then it would be, you would add your Obfuscate to the roll. So this is just, it is a free action, no prerequisite. It is, it lasts as long as the power needs to last. There's no dice pool, no opposing pool. If viewed later...
So I can just choose to not be on any of these cameras the whole time I'm here?
Yep. And if...
Sweet.
Yeah. And if viewed later, the image seems blurred, making identification harder. I, however, will say that because you did this now, this is the first camera that you will not appear on. You have appeared outside and in Silas's office and in the hallway. So your actions in the garden are going to be obfuscated.
Sure.
I'm going to switch over to the other two again.
One quick note.
Yes.
I think he would drop it. He would just use it so that he's obfuscated when signing the paper.
Okay. Okay, cool. Noted. I remember this.
Lilith will remember this.
Lilith will remember this.
Lilith
You will
doesn't
not.
know, but On
Yeah.
can remember.
Oh my god.
True.
This villain arc is too hot.
Is Lilith a villain?
No, yours.
What? Oh, a precious cinnamon roll.
A little too much cinnamon.
Roll could kill you.
Yeah. So Artem and Gabriella, the truck is stopped. The man is petrified. You have complete control of the scene.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put the vehicle in park, and then out the driver's side door, just push him out while holding him and like get out. And we're gonna walk around to the back of the truck. Me just holding him in front of me the entire way.
His shoulder is completely dislocated at this point. The way you've like handled him coming out of the driver's seat, his arm is twisted completely around.
And when we get to the back of the truck, I'm going to lean him against the back of the truck. Do not take personally. It is, what are you, Sabat? What are you?
Sabat, fuck you, man.
I'm going to smack the shit out of him real quick. Just a real gentle, hard smack.
A papa pat.
Gabriella just goes, language.
He does
Also
not
respect.
say anything. His jaw clenches with Gabriella because of what she was able to do. without even
yeah.
touching him. He's still very much afraid of her.
Good.
Um,
Show some fucking respect.
can we see the back of the truck? I'm assuming it'll be like U-Haul style with the pull
Yeah.
down thing. Is there a physical lock? Can we
Yeah.
see?
There is a lock. It looks just very nondescript padlock on the clasp thing that connects it. Looks
Yeah,
normal.
she looks at Artem and just goes, "Me or you?"
Artem kind of takes the lock in his hands and he looks at the guy. No tags on the lock. That is illegal, you know. And he just pulls the lock off.
I'm not gonna make you roll
then-
for that.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
No, I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
Artem pulling a padlock off. Like, you're fine. It's basically removing a hangnail.
Yeah. And then we're just gonna open that door up. You want to tell us what's in here before we find out?
He is silent.
Okay. And Artem's gonna grab him by his collar,
Oh.
making sure that he doesn't run off, you know, and climb into the back of the truck with him.
At some point during all of the manhandling,
Mhm.
she checked his body for the gun, and if she doesn't find it on him, she's gonna go around to the cabin, see if it's on the seat or something.
Yeah, it wouldn't. He would have dropped it, so you find it very easily in the cabin.
Nice.
As you are grabbing the gun, and Artem is preparing to bring him into the back, Artem, you see it's an empty truck, except for 7 people in what looks like white lab coats. They are chained to the truck and to each other, and they're sitting along the edge. At this point, they're looking kind of confused, and with the change in light, a couple of them are shielding their eyes to the moonlight and the streetlights outside. They don't look harmed beyond contained.
What the fuck?
And we're going to take a 5-minute break. We will be right back.
Shit.
We're
Uh-oh.
back. We're talking shit
Oh.
before we
Oh,
start
shit.
again.
First of all, it's Robbie who's talking shit.
Absolutely,
Robbie was
100%.
God.
Chase inside is freaking out.
Yeah, that's fair. Welcome back, everybody. We hope that you have your snacks, besides us 7, who are also snacks. And, yeah, we're here and queer and ready to mark Mir. Does anybody have anything before we get back into it? I know I asked behind the scenes, but just want to ask again just in case.
WWAD.
What
Let's
would
go.
Artem,
What would
do-
Artem do?
what would Artem do? Oh my fucking god, dude.
Chase is just like trying to channel his inner Artem.
That's wild.
T-shirt
Be
now.
careful with that.
So we are back, and there are 7 bodies, live bodies, in the back of a truck, who look like they're wearing lab coats, chained to the truck and each other. But we're gonna step away from them for a little bit and go back to the chantry.
Fine.
Okay, fine. We'll go back to the truck. I will make a note that there has been a text exchange between Lilith and somebody else, and that has been had. Now, whatever you guys want to do is on you. You're here to kind of inquire of everybody. The Baron said leave no stones unturned. Unfortunately, it's just the bartender and Lilith right now, conveniently or inconveniently, to question.
Chase will go to the bar and ask for a Coke.
The very, very human bartender kind of goes like one of these. Right.
He still needs to be carded.
For a Coke?
Hold on. And he's
Why
gonna
did you stand?
nervously...
Sorry, if you have Pepsi, I'll take that instead, I guess.
You see the bartender visibly shudder at that as he reaches in and gets a Coke from a little mini fridge under the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those little tiny glass bottles, there's like the tiny personal can, like the small cans.
Yeah, like little mini ones.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of just like slowly... You could tell he doesn't really understand Thin Bloods.
I was serious. As she looks over at the bartender.
Oh, please, Liz. He may look young, but he's not that young.
Oh, I know.
I'm sorry, man. She's kind of the boss. I kind of have to do what she says. Can I see your ID?
Sure.
And
Shows the ID.
he like doesn't even. He literally like goes, okay. Sorry.
Look back to Lilith. Are you happy?
I know.
Good. We aim to please.
I'm so sorry about that.
Don't apologize.
Apology accepted.
And he like walks off as he makes like a grunt. Like, what are you doing to me?
What was his name?
His name, fucking
I know, I
smartass,
did the one thing.
Peter.
Okay.
God damn it! Now I have to write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Unimportant human bartender, Peter.
Peter.
So,
Yeah.
what can you tell us about the events of the past couple nights?
There's not more details other than I spoke to Jean-Pierre. I told him I needed to speak with him. Couldn't get a hold of him again after that. Turns out he was kidnapped. Awkward.
You were the
and
last
then
one to see him, though?
Speak with, not see.
Oh, that's awkward as well.
And then he wasn't found yet, was he? Or has he been found since?
To your knowledge, he has been found.
Okay.
You know nothing of the details.
According to what I know, he has been found. I don't have any other details past that point.
Did we know that he's been found as well, or no?
Yes, you know, because
Okay.
because Silas told you last session.
Air in my mouth. I have not been able to speak to him in person, but I did speak with his coterie, and they, well, not just they, but others tried to blame it upon me, which is really stupid because Jean-Pierre and I go way back. Let's just say fireworks are involved, and
Sounds like an interesting story.
oh, it is.
Fireworks.
He's got good taste in what he needs. And I procured the book, read through it a little, took my time, slept, fed. Then I heard some explosions. Thought that was weird.
You didn't go to check on any of it?
Oh no, that's not my department.
It wasn't the fireworks.
No, it was a bit louder.
Hmm.
Sorry. New, obviously. What is your department? Aren't you like the detective or the sheriff or the commissioner or something?
True.
Yes, congratulations on your promotion.
Something like that.
Are you not excited?
More like getting used to the idea. I do have a little bit of a collar on me from the, crap, what's her title?
The Baron?
The Baron.
Baron. I do have a bit of a collar on me from the Baron, so I'm a little limited now, but hopefully soon there will be some trust earned and I can do a little bit more digging into what's happening.
Is that something you're not used to having?
A collar? Oh, I'm very used to having a collar.
Yeah, that doesn't
Or do you
surprise me.
mean metaphorically?
Sure.
Metaphorically, yes. I'm also used to that.
Rosalind, what are you, as you're watching this conversation, what are you trying to discern?
So at this point, Rosalind is trying to figure out how she will be able to get this information out of Lilith, because whenever, before she was a kindred, or I'm sorry, after she became kindred, she was basically the person that went and got information about these powerful figures for her sire, who's an asshole. And so she always did, like, she had to gather the information before she could actually act.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's still, she's kind of like trying to figure it out.
I want you to roll a wits and either politics or etiquette, whichever is higher.
We've got one is a crit success, and then 7, and then 4-2.
Is the crit on a hunger die?
No.
Okay.
The seven was.
As you are watching Lilith, you've been to her parties before. You know that she's Tremere. There is a reputation to uphold. However, she is also very authentically advantageous and very sly, keeps her cards to her chest, but isn't always trying to like pull one over on people. She's not completely disingenuous. You're watching this exchange and you're picking up on very similar behaviors from your sire, where it was working a room. She's not lying, and she's not even necessarily hiding anything that you can tell. But Lilith is vague, and she does it on purpose. And from what you can see, you have half of your coterie there essentially interrogating her, and she still has all of the power in the entire room.
So I think Rosalind is going to try to make like another like play, because before whenever she was on good terms with her sire, she still like was very what's the word? Very like she complimented him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she's going to try to like flirt a little bit more, just to see how far she can go, to see if Lilith is interested. Because
Yeah.
that's usually what she goes for.
Okay.
Get it.
Fuck yeah.
So we're all sitting at the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that. So are we sitting beside each other, or
If you'd like.
is there some distance?
Yeah, if you'd like. I assume that you're all kind of talking with each other, and Chase was kind of off a little bit to grab the soda, but had returned.
Okay. So I'm going to say that we are. So we're definitely sitting beside each other. Because also I think Rosalind would try to position herself in a way to be able to kind of gather some more information. So Rosalind is like kind of sitting on the bar and her elbows are propped up. And she leans just ever so slightly and like to her shoulder, just like touches Lilith. And just enough so Lilith looks over at her. And as she does, Rosalind is going to flash a little smile, and she's going to trace, like, faintly on the bar as she says something like, it's cute, really. I kind of see this. You kind of, do you usually like being a cat? And this little cat and mouse game that it seems that we're in right now.
Well, I do like your approach more. Flattery can get you everywhere.
Oh. That is very, very good to know. But, I mean, now wouldn't it be this... Exactly. This is exactly what I'm saying. This entire night could be so much more interesting and satisfying, honestly. If we could just drop this pretense. Like, would you like me to talk to the rest of these? And then, like, Rosalind pauses for a second. She's like, is this, like, probably not, she's going to say kids. To these kids? Because in her mind, if she says that, it's going to put this, like, she's choosing her words very carefully whenever she speaks to Lilith, because she's like, these kids. That way she trusts Rosalind more.
Yeah.
I can talk to And so she says kids. You may need to talk to those kids to see if we can't just tighten it up a little bit. I mean, after all, you do look like a woman that, and she kind of like looks up and down. I mean, needs to be respected.
I'm gonna roll something for myself real quick.
Okay.
I think as soon as, while Lilith's rolling that, I think as soon as Josette sees Rosalind starting to work her magic, because they've done this dance, the two of them, a bit before. I think Josette, the moment she notices that Rosalind is sort of working her magic, would pull away and sort of move off towards Chase a little bit.
Okay. Chase, how do you interpret what's going, like, what this ploy is?
Chase is definitely like the new person to the group. So he's always going to either try to back up or defer to what other people are doing. And he would prefer not to have any interactions here whatsoever. So once Rosalind sort of starts, he will take his coke and go sit in like a booth somewhere or something and just observe.
Okay.
She kind of just sighs and looks off to the side at Peter and gestures him to bring forward a drink, of which when she does that to the bartenders, I don't remember which blood it is, but it's the one that Lilith ordered for Justin's character, that kind of like basically gets them high almost.
It's the sanguine blood, I think.
That's what she's going to gesture to him to bring over. Peter's going to bring us something a little special since apparently the grown-ups are talking. We have our own little dance here. So I think I'll play along for now, just to see where it goes. Now, I cannot give any information that I don't have. However, I can use reason of deduction to give an idea of what could be or what could have been, but that's not something one would give up for free. There's always an exchange.
Got one.
So what can you exchange?
Well, I know that we haven't known each other for very long. So a question: what kind of vibe does is Rosalind able to like kind of see what it is just from Lilith's tone? Like anything in particular? Is she like looking for something? Like, is it power? Like, what is the tone?
Good time.
Time.
Good
Is
time.
that something that I should give? That response?
Yeah, I would say you're playing. You said you were gonna play along, so I would say you can give as much information as you would like.
She's still playing the dance. So as to what she could want is basically what any Tremere would want, and it's information on typically somebody. Or a really rare book.
Yeah, Rosalind, you would absolutely know that to be the case, as it's like a sapiosexual's wet dream when they go to these parties at the garden. And from your speaking with Josette, like, as you have grown to know each other, you would have corroborated like a Tremere's true weakness is their own, like, bibliophilia, essentially.
Okay. You know, actually, I think I do have something that you might be interested in. So I
Right.
do have this contact in the city. And I'm not sure if you know of them, but and she's like kind of drawing her words out a little bit more. He's a rare book dealer, and he owes me a few things. If there's anything that you have your eyes on, or something you've just been searching for so long, your little heart just aches for it. I think it'd be far more pleasant to just tell me what you want, and then we can relax a little bit. Because I'm not here to make your job harder. I could make it a little easier for you. And Rosalind stops. And her eyes kind of have this like gleam behind them where there's like a playfulness to it, but there's also like this knowledge that she can basically figure out how to get what it is that Lilith wants.
I know you're not here to make my job harder. You're here to make theirs easier. As she circles around to the others in the room. That's my cat clawing at my foot. You're here to make theirs easier. Because I do the same thing. So, since what you offer is a book dealer, I think you're better off using that contact with Josette. And she stands up, like, caresses the back of your head, and walks over to Josette and Chase.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go back really quick to the truck.
So we just...
When you split the party, you know, it's fine though. I love when we split the party because I could do this pretty well. In the truck, there are the 7 people, and the silence is thick and heavy and full of confusion with sadly a little bit of hope. These people look emaciated, not physically harmed, just they are here to serve a purpose.
With the kindred in his hand, he's gonna be like, "Who wants to tell me what the fuck is going on here?"
Oh, you see like a couple of them with their hands up, like you can hear the clanking of the chains as they move. A couple of them are shifting on the wooden floor of the box truck, and you could hear like the somebody's coat catches on a splinter. There's another one coughs. Another one is like almost weeping as they are kind of they know what you are, at least.
They're all human.
Yes.
Okay.
So, by this point, Gabriella has made her way back around, and she goes, "Artem, I got the gun." Oh, she sees the people. And she sees the people, and then, she looks at Artem, who's like holding basically like a, poor guy, and sees how like scared everyone is.
Artem looks over at Gabriella and he's just like, "Are there other people outside?"
Did I see anybody?
So far, you're kind of like in an area that's nobody's really caring. It seems like just a traffic stop after everything. They're more concerned about the hydrant a little bit back. That's causing a little bit of a distraction. There was a gunshot. They don't know where it came from. All in a day of Philadelphia.
Okay.
So seeing how scared all of them seem to be, she just kind of very slowly puts the gun away into like her jacket. And then just kind of taps Artem on the arm so he'd like let her through. And she's kind of like, here, let me try. And she's going to use her awe to attempt to calm them a bit, to coax them to speak to her.
Which one do you want to speak to?
Men are simpler. So a man.
There is somebody who looks post-retirement. They are on your mic's on. He is older. He's got like very much like sunspots starting to develop on his right above his hairline. That's one of
Just a
those.
cute little grandpa.
Yeah, he's the cute little grandpa.
Just a cute little grandpa.
As you look at him, and your face kind of changes to become softer but more powerful at the same time. The lines in his face seem to lighten with wonder. It's like this man clearly is a man of science. They all are. Or at least, maybe medicine or something holistic. They're wearing all white lab coats. And yet he is still very much impacted by magic. His jaw kind of goes a little slack as he looks up at you with a little sparkle in his eye. How can I help you, my dear?
Here, I will have my big friend take you out of your chains to make you a little more comfortable. She looks at Artem expectantly. But can you please tell us what has happened here? Why are you chained? How did you end up here?
I don't know. I don't know these people. I've never seen them before in my life. Where am I?
In Philadelphia? Are you not supposed to be here?
I am from Boise, Idaho. Middle of nowhere. I woke up what I thought was this morning, got my paper, stood by my sink in the kitchen, drank my coffee, said hello to Fitzgerald. He's the squirrel that my wife had befriended that visits us every morning, at the window. And I left to go to the hardware store. And I went to go into my car. I think that's all I remember. Philadelphia.
Yes. Now, if I may inquire, what do you do for a living?
It's funny, I haven't worn one of these in 20 years. This isn't even mine. I have my initials, my wife, and he like holds where they would be embroidered. My wife embroidered my initials into the sleeves. She always thinks I'm going to lose everything. She lost me this time. Hey, oh, I should probably let her know I'm not going to make it home for dinner. How are the flights? Do you think I could? And you're starting to see that he's a very good-humored man, but he's also very like sporadic, and it seems like he's not, something is affecting him.
Interesting. Well, Artem, it seems that these people don't seem to have all of their faculties with them. So getting information out of them, at least through just conversation, is going to be, I'm gonna assume, a bit difficult. Is there
Okay.
anywhere we can take them? Someone that would know how to help them lift whatever this is on their minds?
Possibly. We'll see.
You see
We
them.
might take them.
You see the man is going to interrupt here. You see Artem. You look and you see that he suddenly he had been staring off like on the ground, and you saw that he like checked the inside of his coat jacket, and then you saw him start to like scramble a little. Gabriella, you hear the clattering of chains, and he says, "Excuse me, where am I?"
I don't know if this is a curse or a symptom. But we have someone else to ask. And he looks over to the
Yes,
guy in his
let's
head and
see.
just kind of smacks the dude a little bit.
Okay.
What are they here for?
He doesn't say anything, but he looks confused.
The kindred looks confused.
Yeah, like he looks like he doesn't actually know the contents of the truck. Like he doesn't know what's happening.
Okay.
Fuck.
Where were you taking them?
I'm not telling you shit.
That's fine. You can die. That's fine too.
Then I die.
Gabriella, yeah, she points his own gun at his head and trying to see if he's bluffing.
He steels himself and almost like seems to push his head against the end of your gun. But then he starts to look around, and then he like realizes there's a gun right there, and then he almost like he winces as if he realized he was in pain. And my cat is, which one of you is throwing up? That's disgusting. I'm so sorry if you hear that.
It's just some kid who had way too much pizza at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
It's just off in the corner.
You see that that's gonna be a Steve problem. I'm not going over there. You see that he starts to then he starts to like move, like try to move his arm, and it is broken, and he starts to cry, and it almost sounds like a child, and he starts to go like limp, like dead weight in your arms, Artem, and he says, please, I don't want to be here. I want, can you help me find my parents? I lost them. I was in
Shut up.
That's not.
I hate it when they cry.
That's That's not very
I
nice.
want to do an insight to
Yeah.
see if I can tell if this is like magically induced, like his bravado earlier or his like not knowing. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. First of all, do you have any disciplines that would assist in that or specialties?
Nope.
Okay.
I have a couple of points in insight though, so I'm hoping
Do
to use that.
Yeah. Do you have well, what's an awareness or what's an insight, whichever one's better for you.
Okay. Wits, you say? Haha, that's a lot of dice. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Yeah. Oh, are you muted?
No.
Or is that just me? Oh,
No.
okay. I was
I was
like,
thinking.
oh no, my
No.
battery ran out.
No, I was,
I was like,
no, I
fuck.
was thinking. So you are one of the bartenders at the Johnny Brenda's, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Brenda's is, although a kind of hotspot for Guru, Ravnos, and Bruja, it is very convenient, as it is kind of off of Gerard, to a warehouse run by Thinbloods. These very vivacious and we'll call them extra, doing the most, as the kids would say, youngins, are all of visibly early drinking age, and they like to get cheap citywides, cheap shots every chance they can. Johnny Brenda's is a cheap bar. You the idea that this came into your head because as you're working with Artem, you're also very conscientious that there are other people in your coterie, including Chase, who are also investigating. And you hear things as a bartender. These Thinbloods that run this warehouse are trying to understand who they are through the study of Thinblood alchemy. Then you remember, I'm going to assume that out of session, Gabriella has been caught up essentially with what happened to Chase. Then you remember that recently there's been a wrinkle in time, as we might say. This does not seem like a silly little man with a lot of bravado until faced with a bullet to the head. This seems like an old man who forgot where and perhaps when he was, and a kindred who is recalling things pre-embrace at the same time. And as you look around, you notice that there's a kind of rhythmic, inadvertent dance happening with the seven. More frequently, they are shifting. There's more discomfort. The wailing gets louder. There's cries and fear. They're not so quiet as they were when Artem opened the door.
What the fuck? Things used to be so much easier to solve. Now there's all curses and drugs and all kinds of shit all over the place.
The man that Artem is holding is already bleeding, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Gabriella is going to look at Artem. It's gonna feel like, well, there is definitely something wrong here. And I have a feeling it's some of the timey-wimey bullshit you guys were talking about. But it's different. Because these people are experiencing it. Here, give me a second. Hand the man over. And she's going to lean in to the man, and she's going to, because you said there was a wound on his face, right? She's going to just lick a little bit of the blood, because I have that one thing that lets me see if there's anything in it, determine blah blah blah. I don't have the full.
You can determine the resonance.
I have it. No, so that's Bloodhound. I have that too, but jeez, 200 and please be that one. Yes, this is good. Go 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 faster. It lets me taste for blood. By tasting a drop of blood, the user can discern certain basic traits. I do believe I have to roll something. Identify what kind of creature it is, the relation, potency, whether the subject has committed diablerie. Man, I don't know if that would actually let me see if there's anything. I would assume see if I would be able to taste if there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, just
as
it can
well.
determine resonance and intensity, identify if the creature is mortal, ghoul, kindred, or other supernatural, blood potency, and a guess of generation. Okay.
Can I use it to tell if there's something wrong? Because
Yeah,
it would taste off, wouldn't it? I would assume.
yeah. Make a rouse check.
See if I can get that. And how do I make that?
Just 1d10 and tell me if it's a success or fail.
All right, just one. Oh, success.
Okay. You taste this blood. This is a it's a melancholic kind of, it tastes like sweet, as in almost like spoiled. He is a kindred. He is like you in the probably Gangrel Ravnos Bruja. He's definitely a fighter. Here's where it gets a little weird. You're tasting this blood, and it tastes like 14th gen, but then suddenly 11th, and then 16th doesn't make sense. 14th again, 10th, 12th, and it's aftertaste after aftertaste, like Willy Wonka's gobstopper, like ever, like just layers and layers of time. Now your mute's not work, or you're muted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like those times when sometimes you don't have enough blood left from one person, so to make a drink you mix a couple of different people's blood. So they taste different, except that I know they're from the same person. I remember when they were filling me in on the timey-wimey bullshit
Mhm.
that they mentioned something about a lab somewhere. So I am going to collect some of
Okay.
this blood. And then just
As you
uh
pull back from collecting this blood, I'm gonna say that there's like a couple very basic like science kits, like bags that people are carrying, and you're able to fill a empty, like a syringe, like just one of those normal without the needle, of the blood, and keep it. As it leaves the skin though, you see what was happening on the inside starts to take place on the outside, gradually, quicker and quicker. And this kindred is aging. And it's not like being left out in the sun where you like just decimate and turn to ash. And it's not like staked where you curdle and turn to ash. It is growing more like leather and tougher and more what's the word I'm thinking of? Constricted. When you shrivel, and almost like he's folding into himself with every layer of years added. And Artem, you kind of lose grip as this man kind of continues to accordion with each layer of skin, almost like the whole lifetime of a person with every fold. And he almost exhales in acceptance. And the older man that was beside him that you had just used awe on is also starting to demonstrate the same symptoms. And he is also folding into himself. And everybody's kind of bodies are contorting layer by layer until it is just you two alone on the truck.
shit. I was hoping we would be able to take one of them at least with us. But that does answer the question of what we would do with the rest of them, at least.
Is there anything left of them on the truck?
Just their jackets and the items that they had brought with them.
Any identifying like IDs, like their wallets, anything like that, she wouldn't take, probably, but she'd take pictures of all of it with her phone. She would, like, if there was embroidery on the thing, take pictures of that, because maybe if we can identify who they were, we might be able to piece together why the fuck somebody took them in the first place.
Okay.
Also, is there a license plate on the truck?
No.
Oh, fully unmarked. Okay.
Yeah. Do you send those pictures to the rest of the coterie?
I took all the pictures, and then I have all of their IDs if they had wallets on them, and I texted them to Chase.
My phone would have been
Okay.
on silent.
Artem is going to call Rosalind.
I think, is Rosalind, did she step away for a while? Oh wait, hold on. I got a
Actually,
message.
she's here. You
Oh,
just
it's
need
also
to put
her.
her.
Yeah.
back on the-
Oh, sorry. That's weird. Hold on a second. Hey, baby, I'm so sorry. You're here.
Oh,
My internet.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I was wondering what happened.
I'm so
Yeah, it just
sorry.
Totally just is like, meh.
I thought you I thought you were like just away for a minute and you turned off your camera. Okay, you're back. What you receive a call from Artem.
Artem?
Is that how you answer the phone?
Yes, yes.
Artem?
Because like Rosalind knows that, I mean, for whatever reason, Artem's calling has to be important.
Hey.
Gabriella like leans in to the phone and she's just like, "Hey, tell Chase to look at his fucking text messages."
You literally just sent it. Relax.
Whatever is going on is completely fucked. We're about to start heading to the Chantry now. How's it going over there?
So now Rosalind's sitting at the bar by herself, right? Because Lilith walked away.
Yes, but she left something behind for you.
Ooh.
There's a card with a number on it. It's just a blank white card with numbers on it.
Oh my god. I can't.
So Rosalind kind of like glances around to see like if she's like alone, and she as she glances around, the piece of paper like catches her eye, and she just does a little. Oh.
Same,
it's on the
Rosalind.
phone. Like, she made this discovery like on the phone with Artem, and so she was going to say like, well, you know, it actually, well, I'm not really sure anymore. I actually did have something to talk with you about.
Nah.
You're in a kind of a safe spot right now. Like, there's not any.
Artem looks around the middle of the street with this busted up fucking vehicle that they just fucking hijacked. Yeah, we're good.
Rosalind like kind of steps away a little bit too, just so she can be away from as many ears as possible. So I was kind of thinking we might be at a point in this interrogation kind of thing, this information that we're trying to get, where we might have to give a little something to get a little something. And I mean, initially, yeah, well, and like she's like kind of going over, like she's saying this as she's looking at the number. Well, I mean, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you. So would you? And she's kind of fumbling over her words a little bit because she's trying to figure out how to phrase this. Because just like Rosalind, Artem's not a man that really likes to give a whole lot of information or secrets away. He's very reserved. So she just goes out and says, "Can I use you or something like that to get some stuff? I know we've done it before, but I mean, like, use you in terms of like things you know and people you know."
I trust you, Solnishka.
She has a little smile. "Thanks, sweetheart. I always like to ask before I do things, but how far are you away?"
Close.
That is actually, I mean, everywhere's about 20 minutes.
We'll be there soon.
Yay. Oh, I'm not on mute.
All right. And she just says, "See you then." And she hangs up.
Oh my god, you guys are so adorable, honestly.
Did you say that as Gabriella?
Yes, because I don't know, because like she leaned in and she basically had her face next to Artem's, just trying to listen.
How did you
Unashamed.
Artem is like
Unashamed.
6'8".
Climbed up on his
He's, like,
shoulders.
way the fuck.
Yeah,
up there.
literally like climbed him like a tree.
Like I'm trying to put my face next to the hand.
Oh my god. Do you actually, I know Gabriella did say something about text messages. Do you actually say anything to Chase, Rosalind, about that?
Oh, yes. So Rosalind goes over to the group.
Can we have a
And-
minute while that conversation was going on to talk
Yes.
with
Lily.
Lily? Yeah, Lily.
Yeah.
I think before Lilith came over, Josette would have taken a quick moment to kind of lean into Chase as she like set the book down very like carefully on the table, not wanting to like put it anywhere that like there's like a stain left over on the table or something that could potentially damage it. It's a very expensive and very old book.
Oh, is this club a little filthy? Robbie
Possibly.
asking, sorry.
But she leans into Chase and goes, when you get a moment, check the security cameras. I want to see if there's something we're missing.
That might be a bit harder, but okay.
If you can. Don't worry if you can't. But I wasn't sure if that was something you could do.
He nods.
She kind of smiles at him. And you would notice that, like, this whole time she's been tense anyway.
Mm.
But now that she's sort of escaped the need, like, escaped the constant, what feels like the constant surveillance, there's a bit of a moment that she relaxes that would be broken whenever Lilith comes back into the conversation.
All right, darlings, time to tense up now. And she sits down on the next to you.
This is exhausting. You do this all the time?
Yes, effortlessly.
I mean, I don't know if I believe that. Being alone is like, well, you're probably older than you look. But being alone can be really, really hard. Probably even more so when you're like, I assume you have way more people in here when you're not like closed down or whatever. So like, being alone, that must be really hard. Like, are you okay? I don't know how often people ask this. Are you okay?
Sorry, did you say something?
Yeah, are you okay?
Josette, when are you going to train your dog?
She gives you a warning look the moment you say that.
She knows
It's like
what she did.
the mask slips for a moment, and she's kind of like, she doesn't even have to say it. She's like, talk about him again, like that again, and we're gonna have problems. Kind of look.
Oh yeah.
Chase puts a hand on your arm, like you don't need to do that, and he kind of looks because he's not masking right now. He's just Chase, and I think he looks at Lilith with like some pity.
Oh, now that we're done attempting to insult, should we get down to business?
Of course.
Now, what do you want to know?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Silas said something about these two incidents possibly being connected, and that you was the person to talk to. So I'm trying to figure out where this connection is, and what this might have to do with the Baron.
Well, here's the thing. I can tell you what it's not, because I don't know exactly what it is. Cool. Alright, since there's no more questions. So, I'm going to give you this, and then I have a question in return. Alright?
Fine.
Sweet. Excellent. Good. Okay, so I know that it is not my anarchy. This is too messy. And I know that's saying a lot because anarchy groups, yours and mine, can be a little bit messy.
Who are you
And it
working
does
with these
happen.
days?
Well, at current, let me grab their names.
Knuckles. And you have Knuckles the Bruja. You have Tobias the Toreador. And you have Jace the... is a Salubri. And you can give that information if you want, but he touts himself as a Malkavian.
So she starts going through the names of those people, and then she, let's see. I am just double checking my notes real quick of mine. What was Steve's character's name?
Jace.
Jace, okay. And then Jace the... Oh, that's another story for another time.
Oh, how is Jace?
He's gone guru, It's a little weird. He's kind of gone off on this tangent about another inquisition, It's as if he had a third eye for this thing. And
Oh, really?
it's getting a little bit annoying, if I do say so myself.
Well, he is an older vampire.
He is.
He's
Age
got
doesn't always equal
connections.
wisdom.
Not
Apologies.
always, but sometimes there are things to be learned.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not they're the things we are being told.
True. However, that is another story for another time. That's kind of the TLDR of that situation of who I'm running with at current. And of course, this, it could change by next week. But I do know it's not them. They've got their own issues to deal with. As for the Camarilla, I cannot write them out just yet.
You think they might have something to do with the explosion?
I'm saying that I don't know that they didn't have anything to do with it.
Understood.
So take with that what you will and what connections you may have there. Mine are off doing something else. Now, and she turns from Josette to Chase. From what I understand about you, you're quite tech savvy. I'm not wrong?
No.
Good. I would like to employ your services, if you so wish.
Sure, I will humor you.
Wonderful. So, in the vein of humoring me, what do you tend to do in exchange for your work? Us here, we don't just give anything for free.
Well, I was going to hear what you wanted first before I told you that you don't have anything that I need.
That's fine. Okay, so we have an issue in regards to how do I say this delicately? We have been noticing some new drugs on the market. And I'm curious if you have heard anything in regards to any other vampires going missing, and if they have dabbled in recreational things.
Erin, do you think this is something that Chase would have came across just on his own, or something that I would have to look into?
You probably have heard from your thin blood friends and from your, I'm sure it's like a fucking Slack chat of like TikTok influencers or whatever, that there is something going on in the city that is weird to the TikTok people, to the humans, but to the kindred, it's like there's, what she's saying is correct. There is some kind of like drug related thing happening. It's interesting because those rumors seem to spread in the same circle as the people who are trying to figure out the alchemy situation, as your thin blood friends who are trying to understand who they are. Where there is a narrative of discovery, self-discovery, there is also a narrative of this discovery.
So is this drug then related to something that thin bloods are experimenting with?
That is something you'll have to dig for and investigate a
Okay.
little bit further. And you are understanding that Lilith might have some answers there. You might be able to have a mutual beneficial agreement.
So what exactly is it that you need my expertise for? You already seemed well informed.
Correct. I want to see how big of a problem it is currently. I know it has a bit of a reach, but I don't know quite how far yet.
Okay.
So I would like for you, if you are talented enough, to find out how widespread of a problem it is.
He
These
turns
people going missing.
to Josette. Oh, she's trying to play on my pride. He holds up the empty Coke bottle and kind of waves it to the bartender.
He'll kind of be like, yeah, grabs one from the mini fridge. He feels very inadequate as a bartender that he is providing a Coke from a fridge to you. And you could tell by the way he very awkwardly like comes to you and brings you your drink.
He should have also brought the shots.
That's right, he did. He brought over very lovely. The resonance gives it a little bit of a sparkle. So the sanguine blood almost has a like remember those old fucking, what are they called, the little hand job toys that were like those things that those little gel things, and they had like the sparkle liquid in it. That's what it looks like. I said what I said. Fuck you.
I love the comparison, honestly.
You knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yep.
I can do this for you. And you don't have anything I need, but I do have a request. I wasn't trying to insult you earlier. I was probably actually being more insulting trying to play the game earlier, which sucks, by the way. I hate the whole thing everyone does. We have a movie night on Fridays. I want you to come to one of our movie nights. Just come hang out. Just get away from like all of your this.
Josette gives a very concerned look at Chase.
And at the same time, Lilith looks over at Josette like, is this kid fucking serious?
She looks at Lilith and is like, It might help. It sounds like your coterie does not get along very well. It might help you, I don't know, talk to Victoria and see if you can get one that's actually works together. Like ours does?
Or we could do a
Interesting point.
book club night, and I don't know if Artem's into that or not, but
You know, I have yet to meet Artem and Gabriella. Where
Yeah.
are they?
see? So come to family night and watch a movie or read a book with us.
I do have an extensive collection.
Fine,
Sorry?
I'll do it. Fine, I'll do it.
You don't need us to sign anything, do you?
Not this time, no.
The other two, it's probably been enough time in actual real like game time that you have been able to make it if you left when you said you were leaving.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine we did, right?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, she would have
Oh.
driven very, very fast.
Hey, before the others get here, there is one other thing you need to know. If any of your contacts do come across any like us that seem to be in a trance, do not fucking touch them. Just report it directly to me.
A trance like torpor?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Does Lilith not know what torpor means?
It would be a yes, but also like that is still a very Lilith thing to say. So
That is
the
so
most
like,
Lilith answer.
like
Sure.
me, I'm like breaking. I'm like, this is fucking hilarious.
It's really important that you know this. Yeah, sure, whatever. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
basically.
excuse me, get the fuck out of here. She just crawled right underneath the computers. Go ahead.
Yes, sure.
What happens if you touch them?
Yeah, what does happen?
You actually don't get to answer that
Gabriella
because
say that?
the other two do appear at that moment.
Oh, they scream until you kill them.
Is that what we walk in on?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Were any of those guys screaming? He says to Gabriella, like he forgot already.
And Lilith says it too in a potentially sarcastic way that you're not sure if she's serious or not.
Can I make an insight roll?
Yeah.
Good idea.
Jace thinks he knows what she's talking about, so he's
Giovanni.
straight faced.
Are you saying hello? Come here.
That sounded like so many dice.
I get 9 dice for this check, Yuri.
Love it.
Oh, that's interesting. Apparently the dice hated me. That's no successes, and that was a crit fail on my blood die.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
That is a turn of events.
Yeah.
Okay.
On 9 dice.
And this
I
is
didn't-
like
Oh, wait.
as
I got 1
the
crit
two of
on
us
1 dice.
are arriving.
Yeah.
And a crit fail on the blood dice. So that's 1 success with a crit, and then a critical fail on the blood die.
Okay.
I love that we arrived just in time for this.
Same.
Well.
As you're asking this question,
Well, this is dead serious.
Josette, you were kind of in your own thoughts while this conversation was happening, like you sort of branched off. And as Lilith mentioned the screaming, your beast is the one that's like a total bitch, right? She's like the worst part of you.
She plays on Josette's insecurities like a fiddle.
Yeah. Your eyes go to the Coke, the bottle of Coke that is now raising to Chase's lips. And the scene before, like the vision, your vision before you seems to like vibrate a little bit. And there's a clawing at the inside of your chest. It's like sharp heartburn, but as if heartburn had needles for fingers. And the Coke kind of transforms in that vibration into blood. And you are witnessing Chase drinking blood straight from a severed limb. And you see Chase's eyes turn black. And you see all of the mentions of movie night, all of the hey TikTok, all of the little like moments of modern life and humanity slip away. And Lilith's voice sounds like it's coming from underwater. And you notice Artem come by with Gabriella. But they're not Artem and Gabriella. They're the worst kind of Artem and Gabriella. This is Artem when he punched a hole through a spiral dancer's chest. This is Gabriella, who you have seen or you have heard stories of how she can make full-grown men as big or bigger as Artem completely wet themselves in her presence. This is terror and humiliation and degradation, and they consume Chase. Their shadows envelop him. And you are witnessing the best part of your life, of your unlife, be taken away from you just due to your own actions in turning him and introducing him to the death of himself, the one that you liked, the one that's still there until he's not. And you can hear your beast chuckling in the back of your head, just out of reach.
I think if anyone was looking at her, they would have seen her eyes kind of glaze over as she's having these horrific visions.
Oh no, Mummy's not doing well.
If I don't know sort of like where they're seated in this booth, if she's next to Chase or if
his hand would still be on her arm.
She is going to pull away from you and immediately go find the bathroom. No words, nothing. Just, and you see like she is on the verge of tears.
I will be right back too.
Good idea.
And Chase will follow.
What the fuck did we all miss?
Well, first, before you do that, and she's gonna bring over
NDAs.
The NDAs paper and the iPad over. Which would you prefer to sign under?
What is this?
Well, you have to read it. Basically, if you take any information you learn or see here that you shouldn't out of this room, we can kill you for it.
Okay. And Artem signs it.
I like the confidence in you.
Man, I'm
Gabriella?
trying to, I'm trying to think so hard as to how she would react to something like that. But I feel like because of what she used to do, she's used to these kinds of things, right? Like the secrecy and then all of that stuff. And it's just like, oh, it's another one. Sure, whatever. They don't really mean anything, right? Because in her head is kind of like, she doesn't say that out loud, but in her head it's like, they can never find me afterward, so they don't matter to her. Because she's so used to moving around. And yeah, so she just goes ahead.
Thank you both.
Rosalind, during this, before we go to the other two, during this scene where Lilith explained that if you touch one of them, they scream, you recall from your frequency in being here, there has been a moment, I would say at least once in the short past few times, that you've walked through a hall when it was otherwise quiet, and you could have sworn you heard screaming, which certain kinds
No, you
of
didn't.
screams are expected here. This is a place of magic and other kind of magic. But this seemed like this person was in pain and inconsolable. You didn't think much of it because honestly, you're old. You've been around for a bit. Like enough to call people kids. But it was a weird thing that slipped your mind until just now. But you also know that it might be uncouth of you to bring it up in Lilith's own home.
I think as she's remembering this, her eyes kind of look off, and that slight recognition pops up like an actual light bulb, but not like a literal one.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
and so she looks at Lilith, and since she knows again that she probably shouldn't be saying this right in front of her right now in front of everybody, she wants to go back to their previous conversation a little bit and kind of just wrap it up a little bit. And so she says, "You know, Lilith, it's rare to find someone who keeps me on my toes. But I have a feeling that you just might be the perfect partner in crime. It's just too dull when things are too easy. We have spent this little time chasing secrets and swapping information, but I suspect it's your attention I'll be chasing next." And as she says this, she looks at Artem and gives a little wink. And I'm sure that everybody else already knows the dealings of Rosalind.
They are going to be formidable with whatever happens with them.
We are going to go over to the bathroom. Josette, what are you experiencing?
Yeah, so I think as soon as she gets into the bathroom, closes the door, she's not expecting anyone to follow. So she's kind of like getting in front of a mirror and is like, okay, I know you can be cool, but come on, right now. I'm working through it. That guilt is going to haunt me, regardless. Fuck off, right now.
You look in the mirror, and your reflection has the most insidious smile peering back at you that you are not currently holding yourself.
No, she is. If Chase steps in through the door right now, she is staring at that reflection with
The
like,
door opens,
like she is full on crying.
and Chase comes in and just comes up to you and hugs you.
I need,
And
because you're fucking, you had a bestial failure. I need you to make a composure and brawl check.
okay.
Because you are not okay.
Okay. So I only get 3 days for that. That's... Oh my god. 1 success and it's a crit on a regular dice.
Okay. That's okay. That's... Chase... The body you are hugging is unrecognizable. The body.
He just continues to hold her and says that it's okay. He just says, take your time.
I think... She just kind of... Like, as she's sobbing, just kind of chokes out, like, you shouldn't have to play this game. You wouldn't have to if you didn't know me. You wouldn't be in danger if you didn't know me.
Everyone is in danger everywhere they go. Question is just what level of danger. So if I wasn't here holding you now, maybe I'd be somewhere else holding somebody different. But I'm glad that I'm here.
Why?
This is where you are? Where Artem and Rosie is? Gabby now too? I didn't have any of that before. I had Ramen and Frank's Red Hot. Now I still have those things, but I have all of you as well.
All I'm going to do is get you help, Chase.
You think I didn't feel pain before I met you?
No, but...
And now I can turn invisible, heal from wounds, make cameras not see me. That's pretty cool shit.
There's more to it than just the cool powers.
Yeah.
This world will chew you up and spit you out faster than it will help you.
Yeah, there's going to be some trade-offs. But so far, there's definitely been more pros than cons.
I don't want to see you hurt like that.
Guess we'll just have to watch out for each other then.
Okay.
You caught me when I fell, so I'll do the same thing for you. And if need be, I'm sure Artem could catch both of us.
He has done that for me plenty of times, yes.
See, we got backup plans.
She just turns around and like melts into your arms a little bit.
He'll just hold you and wait. He knows that this is something that you've dealt with for ages, and he's still very, very new to it. So he knows that he doesn't have the words to solve it or make it go away. So he just wants to be here for you and let you know that you're not alone while you work through it.
Mm-hmm.
Josette, your beast quiets, and you find a bit of respite. And Chase, both of your beasts fall silent as well.
Oh, that's new. Harvey and the other one are shutting up for once.
Interesting. Maybe you're starting to figure out how to keep them under control.
I'm just doing what I've always done.
So maybe that's what you needed to do the whole time. Well, don't let them get in your head.
I'm going to do my best. You good?
She kind of wipes her eyes. Feeling a bit better. Do you have any schoolwork or anything you need to do after this?
No, I'm good.
Do you mind if we talk?
Sure. Right now in the bathroom here?
No. Somewhere safer.
He takes your hand into his. All right, well, let's go back out there and show Lily the real reason why she probably seeks companionship from strangers every night.
She laughs and after composing herself will follow you out of the bathroom.
As you open the door, you see the imposing figure of Artem standing in the doorway. And it seems like he had been listening to at least the tail end.
See, those arms easily could hold both of us. Honestly, probably all four of us.
Yes.
Boy, you scared me.
I did not mean to. There were things that happened tonight that make me think that there's going to be a lot of trouble coming.
I mean, there's been some interesting revelations this evening. For sure. What else is there?
I need to know that everyone with us is going to have complete control. Chase,
Much as I can.
do you want to go to Russia?
Sorry?
And that's the end of the episode. That is the end of tonight's episode of Philadelphia by Night.
Are we
Can
going to
I-
Russia?
Can I do
Love it.
one?
Love it.
Can I do one thing for Lilith?
Yes, of course you can.
So while they're in the bathroom and, Artem's left to go and talk to them or whatever, she's kind of by herself and she thinks about what Chase said about being alone and she just mutters to herself, there will never be anyone but me.
Damn.
Savage.
We'll find out what that
Okay.
means, and we'll find out what that phone number on that card that she left for Rosalind means next time. But in
We
the
got 2
meantime,
phones. One for
we-
the bitches, one for the hoes.
we have now an episode coming up in which the lovely Emma will be storytelling.
Yeah.
And that will be really exciting. So how are you all doing? You guys okay?
I wanted more.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the first time I've
So
ever
happy.
cried on stream, so that's
Oh,
fun.
Aw. That honestly, Robbie, I love you so much and I love giving you shit all the time and I love getting shit from you all the time. That was the most heartfelt interaction I've ever seen roleplay wise in any game, any character that I've ever been a part of. I'm
stop.
serious.
That was really good. Also, like that interaction was great, but let me just take a minute to say the fucking description of what Emma was going through,
Yeah.
Aaron,
Brutal.
that was fucking intense. Okay,
Okay. Thanks.
Ouch.
That was so good.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. Saves versus death. Hello. Thank you for the raid. We're at the end of the episode, but don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Because we are going to just like do a little recap and shout everybody out. This table is fucking awesome with so many really talented people. So if you're here from the raid, you want to follow everybody. And if you're also here from the raid and you're a streamer or a gamer or a creator, tell us in chat so everybody follows each other. I don't make the rules. That's just how it works. Yes, so I'm going to really quick. Are you guys all okay? Like safety wise? Because we went through some body horror, we went through some mental torture, so just making sure we're all good.
we hit it all.
more.
We hit it all this time.
Yeah,
We did. It was
I'm good.
awesome.
So coming up for people in this coterie, we have Lilith going back to her coterie coming up with Justin in chat. And we also have...
And then Justin gets to come to ours.
Yeah, we're just
gonna
going to
trade.
We agreed to it right now. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Justin, I'm so sorry. I forgot your character's name.
It's okay. We got there. We got there. And we also have not just the room episode that we've been talking about behind the scenes for a while, and so excited for that.
But maybe Chase doesn't need that after all. He figured out today. He just
That's
has to
cute. That's
be
adorable.
sweet and kind.
You're really nice. But we also have another Russia episode coming up that is going to be Rosalind's backstory with Rosalind, Artem, and Spunky Taylor. And another person that will be on cast who will be playing Rosalind's sire, although that has yet to be determined. And which means Gabriella, you're gonna need a backstory vignette as well. And that will lead us and that will lead us to Lilith's backstory as well. So we've got a
Thank
lot.
you, Dungeon Maestro Aiden, for being my sire. Can't wait to have you.
So we got so much shit happening and I'm so excited. But I want to, while people are still here, I want to tout the accomplishments and the talent of everybody at the table. So I'm going to go around, reintroduce yourself, give all of the projects you're in, and I will add links while you speak. We will start with Chris.
Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I played Artem Morozov tonight, and you can find me on Twitch, Vendorsa1. Everywhere else, I'm 10 to my flames, and I'll be on Tabletop Tailspinners. That's all I got.
You
And
did
next,
great.
Emma, you go.
Oh boy. Hi everybody. My name is Emma. I am the founder and creative director of the Tabletop Tailspinners Network, which is a TTRPG podcast network whose mission is diversity without tokenism and featuring players, but primarily GMs that you don't always see featured on other actual plays. I produce all of the podcasts on our network, of which we have 4 currently actively releasing. We have our fan favorite Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast called All Our Faults.
Oh, good.
Which is really good. And one of the cast members from the Camarilla Coterie, Juicy Garland, is a cast member on that as well. Then we have 3 D&D 5e podcasts, 2 of which, Chronicles of Kriath and Improv Madness, IDM, And then Magnificence, which I am a player on. That's more of a dark fantasy 5e game. So if you love political intrigue and warring factions and all of that wrapped up into a party that doesn't necessarily follow the same factions, come see me play a sweet, innocent little Triton boy that is naive to all of the politics going on around him until he trips over it.
You're playing Chase too?
No. Kind of, sorta. As far as other things that I'm on, I haven't been on too many streams recently outside of our network. The only other thing I do is I am here playing Josette Ternay, the French Nosferatu, with a lot of mental issues right now. She is going through it, friends, as you saw this episode. And yeah. Let's pass it off to Kori.
Me. You. So I'm Kori. You can find me on Instagram at Lane Soul Chassis. I'm also the lead singer of a punk band called Chainsaw Lassie, and we just released our EP Spite. So you can listen to that everywhere you listen to music to, and also follow us on social media as well.
I'm gonna add your Spotify link to this as well. Who are you passing it to?
Chase.
I'm
Oh,
Robbie. I played Chase. I still don't know how to play Vampire. I just come here and pretend to be somebody I'm not. But you can find me wherever it is that Aaron is putting in the chat. But the only thing that I really want you to do is go check out our new podcast that we released. If you're into tabletop stuff in general, you're going to love it. And if you're into Aaron, you're going to love it anymore because she was our first guest. And I'm actually going to put that link in there before you can. So just go listen to that. That's all you got to do. Just watch it. Just watch it. That's all.
Would have been hilarious if you got banned for putting links in the chat.
Would've.
And Yuri.
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Yuri. You guys can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. Today I played the Ravnos Gabriella Cisneros. As for where you can find me, we are starting my favorite month of the year, so I am going to be spreading like a weed everywhere. So I'll just go through that list really
Fun.
quick for just this coming week. Besides being able to find me here, obviously, on Monday, I'm going to be doing part 2 of a Babes in the Woods miniseries over at Girls Run These Worlds. On Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a masks game for Hispanic Heritage Month over at Kate the Great Cosplay's channel, Don't Kill My Characters RPGs. On Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a Golden Girls meets Vampire the Masquerade one-shot over at Hampod. And on Friday, another Vampire the Masquerade one-shot, but this time over at Tabletop Tailspinners, where now I am the marketing person as well, which I forgot to mention the first time, but that is a new thing. Yay!
Yay!
So you're going to be getting a lot of me over there as well.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And we are so happy.
And last but certainly not least, Onduin.
Hi, that's me. My name is An, also known as Anduin. If that sounds familiar, that's because it is. It is based off the river Anduin from Lord of the Rings, which is half of my personality. More like 75%.
Yeah.
But the immediate agreeing. But you can find me over on social media as Onduin, AUNDAWYN, even though the link's going in, I don't have to spell it. But I am the director over at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs because there's more than 5e out there, and we would love to show you. Speaking of, the rest of our games this month are actually all charity streams. The one that we have on October 9th is a Filipino-American month stream with Ross from Blades of Mayari podcast. which is going to be amazing. They put together a fantastic cast. And the next one, it's funny enough, I just mentioned that there's more out there than 5e. We're going to be playing 5e on the 23rd and 30th. We do that very rarely, very rarely. But we will be doing a charity stream 2-parter. Right when I say we specialize in doing one-shots. I'm contradicting myself apparently. Where we will be doing a charity stream those days for Dueling Minds, which is bringing awareness.
You got
It's a rarity now.
It's a rarity now to and resources to people with autism and ADHD. That's going to have myself, and guest GMing is ADHD Druids, who is on the board of Dueling Minds. This is also going to have Lamar, Kai K. I'm getting used to speaking without my vampire teeth now. Aki, and Don Marshall. So we have a wonderful cast for that. So we've got some really good stuff coming up. I'm not on as many streams lately. I've mostly just been doing behind the scenes teching for my own channels. So that's mostly where you'll find me, is doing stuff for Roll D5.
Yay.
And right here, because I would like to be at every single table, but I can't. So
same. And did everybody else go? It's just me now?
it's just you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Erin. I'm your storyteller. I am a cozy horror streamer on Twitch over at erinmylaundry. I also recently became a content creator for Queerty Games. So I am part of their stream team, and they are wonderful people, and you should go check out every single person that is there. In addition to this, I'm the founder of the TTRPG Collective. So if you like tabletop games, and if you like us, you can find all of us over there hanging out. It's a place where you can have marketing opportunities, education, networking, and of course, playing games and sharing shit memes, and it's great. We love each other.
Mostly the memes.
Mostly memes, yeah, and hot dog references. But this stream is sponsored by Jody's Dice Farm. If you like dice, and if you have sensory issues especially, you will love these dice. I speak for the trees. They're wonderful. They are like matte feeling, which is nice, and they're very cool to the touch, and I love them so much. They're these ones. They are VtM dice. You can type in Philly by Night in the checkout for 15, I think, or 10, I forget, 10% off.
It's 10.
10% off your order. So thank you for the Discord link. I forgot about that. So
I got you.
Thanks. So we have a wiki that I posted earlier for all of your Philly by Night stuff. We are going to be coming back in a couple weeks with our Camarilla coterie, our other Anarch coterie, and then a bunch of vignettes, and it's going to be great. And I really hope you guys can hang out and see us. We're also, a lot of us are going to be at PAX U, and we're going to try to do a vampire event, so stick around for that as well. And it's in Philadelphia, so if you're not going, you're fine. With that being said, I'm going to set up our raid to Folk and Myth, because they are wonderful.
Yes.
Our very own Myriad is over there right now.
Yes. I'm going to go tear this wig off.
Yeah, dude, that's you fucking crushed it. They're playing Vexing Hexter, a Dragonbane adventure. They're wonderful. It's a great place, and Miko is there, and Miri and Bleak are all going to be in the game. And in season 2, probably, of Philly by Night. So go over there. What?
I'd also like to add that I will be pushing for a slice of life anime-inspired vignette where we do get to roleplay movie night with Lilith.
That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to add that to the list. It's going to be great.
Count me the fuck in.
Yay.
Oh my god.
So with that, everybody enjoy. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting the fellow players. Everybody, you are wonderful. I'm so happy. I am so grateful to be your storyteller and facilitate this story in the greatest fucking trash city in the world. It's wonderful. I'm gonna send you over there. Have a lovely rest of your evening. And everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.